Okay, so I'm going to be showing you how to replace a shifter today, and unfortunately we got to pull all this stuff in order to get just this guy off. I have been able to bend this bracket before, but it just scratches things up and really doesn't work well. So we're going to pull all of this off to get at this guy. Start by popping out our little handlebar plug. And then what I like to do is take a little screwdriver or something like that and go underneath the grip. Lift it up and just spray some soapy water, some cleaning solution in there. Anything that's gonna help lubricate this and help us pull it off. That works pretty well. Helps put it back on also. Once that's off, we can do our throttle. Make sure we disconnect that. Okay, slide that guy off. Make sure you keep track of this little plastic insert in there as well. Then we can pull our brake levers off. Okay, well, we broke the connection there, but you can also just pull this piece off. All right, and now it's just a screwdriver underneath this guy. Okay, so it's loose, and we're actually just gonna leave it right here from now, and we're gonna go disconnect it in the back. Okay, and back here on the derailleur, we're just gonna loosen off this bolt so our cable can move freely. And we're gonna clip off our little end here so that we can get it through the cable. All right, and now the last thing that we're gonna do is unscrew our barrel adjuster all the way. And so that's so we don't have this big loop in the cable when we go to put it back through, so that it can feed through nicely and doesn't get hung up here on this pretty dramatic loop. So we're gonna unscrew this all the way, pull that out, keep track of these little parts. Don't wanna lose them. There's a little spring and an insert and the plastic cover for it. So we're gonna set those aside. We've got our cable off here, and now we can go pull it through. Okay, so now that we've got all this off, we've disconnected it in the back, we can just pull it out of our cable housing. Pull it all the way out. Okay, and there we go. And now when we go to put it back through on your replacement one, you're gonna wanna make sure that this is not frayed at all. If it is, you can clip it back a little bit just using your wire snippers, and that'll help it go through a lot better. On your new one, hopefully it should be soldered at the end so that you don't have any fray issues. For this one, we are just going to put this one back in. So we can, sorry there, pull off the end of our cable and just give a little inspection in there. Okay, so once we've seen that the cable housing isn't crushed at all, nothing's blocking the way. If this is a little messed up in here, you can just take an awl and clear that out. But we wanna make sure we put our furl back on the end. Okay, little inspection again of the end. It's not frayed. And we're just going to very carefully feed it through the cable housing. and just feel in for any hang-ups. If you do feel it gets stuck, you don't want to force it through and risk fraying our cable. So just very, very carefully feeding it through, and we should see it pop out the other end soon. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can see, hopefully you can see, it just popped out of our cable housing right here. We've got a little bit of a break, and then we go into this little piece of housing. So we're just going to slide it through this one as well, all the way through. All right, and we can put that back in here, and then we're gonna go back to the handlebars. Ooh, there we go. Okay, and so our furl just fits in there like that. We can find our approximate shift position, just making sure that nothing is tangled here. Things look good. Okay, you don't have to secure that down quite yet, not until we get the rest of the stuff on. But let's actually go back, now that we know that this is in a good position and our cable is all the way in. We're gonna go back down to the derailleur again. Okay, so we're back down at the derailleur. And what we're gonna do is take our little barrel adjuster. We've got all the parts in there. You can see it's really springy. Put our cable through all the way to the barrel adjuster, through the little barrel adjuster hole. All right, and then we wanna make sure that barrel adjuster goes all the way in. It can be kind of a weird angle with the cable, so just make sure you're not misthreading it. Okay. All right, we are on. Let's just make sure our cable is sitting well. Our barrel adjuster is turned all the way in, and we want to get it through our little clamp here again. Might have to loosen that off a bit more. Okay. All right, and before we clamp that down too much, we're gonna get our pliers. Just gonna take as much slack as we can out of our cable. Pull it tightly. And then tighten our clamp. Okay. Okay, now that we're connected in the back, we can put all of the stuff back up front. And so that was our brakes next. Don't want to tighten anything down until we get it all on there and in the right position. Got our throttle. And again with the handle, spray it down in there a little bit. You can even spray on this. We are all the way on. Once everything is connected up here and you're connected in the back, should just be a matter of adjusting that derailleur. Make sure everything is shifting fine, but that is how you replace a shifter on a Vamoose electric cycle.